If your job at a healthcare facility includes disinfecting against viruses, you know prevention is the best medicine, and maintaining healthy spaces starts with a healthy cleaning routine. Grainger's world-class supply chain helps ensure you have the quality products you need when you need them, from disinfectants and cleaning supplies to personal protective equipment, so you can help deliver a clean bill of health. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
People really don't know what their expenses will be because they don't know how long that they're going to live.
Americans are worried they won't have enough saved for retirement now more than ever.
Retirement is going to cost for many folks over $1 million.
Is no sure thing in investing, but a lot of people think that annuities may come close to that.
It's going to more safe things that they know. If they know they're going to need that money to supplement their retirement, well, then you can't play that risk.
This is the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr., founder and partner of Heischman Financial Services, serving the Columbus and surrounding areas. Jon specializes in educating pre-retirees and retirees about safe money strategies and ideas. Now, it's the Safe Money and Retirement Show. Here's Jon Heischman Sr.
This is the Safe Money and Retirement Show that you've tuned into. I'm your host, Jon Heischman. Welcome, and I'm glad you took the time to listen and see what I'm going to talk about on today's show. Before I get started, I want to mention the book I offer, which is the Top 10 IRA Mistakes. This has become very popular, and I've had a lot of my radio listeners request the book. It's free. There is no obligation. My objective is to get the book in your hands. Several over the past 2 weeks have requested the book, but have not given the address as to where the book is to be sent to the staff person that takes the calls. And that's okay, because I follow up to obtain the address and have the book mailed. That being the case, the only reason I'm calling is to get your address. There is no selling or other requested information, just to get your address. I'll send you the book, read it, then it's up to you to get back to me if you have questions as to how the topics in the book apply to your situation. Once again, it's up to you to contact me. So please, when you request the book I offer, Top 10 IRA Mistakes, please give your address as to where you want the book sent to. 888-426-0177. That's the number to call. 888-426-0177. When you retire, or even after you retire, you're going to want to create a sustainable income strategy. Most everyone understands the basic strategy for saving money towards retirement, and most have done that through their employer's retirement plan, such as a 401k. However, to turn those retirement savings that have accumulated over the years into a sustainable income stream is less understood. That's why you need to work with a professional retirement planner to determine how you're going to create income streams in correlation with your Social Security and pension, if you're fortunate enough to have a pension in today's world. I am aware that structuring a disciplined distribution plan is the only way for most clients to achieve the goal of financial security for the rest of their life. So I want to talk about strategies for turning assets into income, such as a systematic withdrawal strategy or the bucket approach, floor and upside strategies, and the use of annuities. In most cases, a retiree will have one, possibly two of these strategies to complete their income plan. So what about the systematic withdrawal approach and what is known as a rule of thumb of the 4% rule? This approach has become a popular way for planners to turn retirement assets into income. This approach generates ongoing cash flows by liquidating from a regular, balanced, diversified portfolio. So the key to this strategy is going to be to identify the withdrawal rate that's going to allow you to receive a regular stream of income, and here's the key, without running out of money before the end of your life. That withdrawal rate will vary from client to client, and your risk tolerance will be taken into consideration. The key is not to over-withdraw. Today, a 3.5-4% withdrawal rate for income of the assets that you have for income is pretty safe. Chances are you're going to get at least a 3.5 or 4% rate of return, let's say averaged over a 5-year period. What are we doing here? Replacing income with growth. And so many times I meet with a new client and we're putting together an income plan and they want to take out 8% or 10%, or they give me a figure of what they need and it comes out to be 10% withdrawal. Can't do it. Or I should say, you can do it, but you're going to run out of money. Let's do the math. Are we consistently going to get a 10% rate of return to replace that income? Probably not. And it becomes a situation where they're going to run out of money in, let's say, 8 or 10 years, whatever the time period would be, but it's not going to last the rest of your life. So there must be a safe withdrawal rate. I work with clients to determine that so we don't have to worry later on in retirement. I mentioned another strategy called the bucket approach. And maybe this works better than the systematic withdrawal strategy, but we don't know until we look at the assets available, your situation, and do we use the bucket strategy as an alternative? This approach has become very popular since 2007 to 2009 financial crisis. This strategy is meant to mitigate the sequence of returns risk by creating a bucket of cash or money market instruments for immediate cash flow needs, while also maintaining that diversified portfolio of more volatile assets, which can give us a higher potential return for future needs. It does recognize that clients face different risks as they move through retirement. There could be a 3-bucket approach, which, taking this approach, is going to give segments of a portfolio based on specific times. And that will be when the money is needed in retirement. This first bucket, we may design it of short-term, low-yielding, liquid investments. The second bucket is structured to cover income needs that occur in 5 to 15 years. It could include diversified stock portfolios, core bonds designed for moderate growth. The third bucket is money set aside for later years in retirement, which there are several tools or strategies that can be used for guaranteed lifetime income. One of the keys to this approach is for the first bucket to always have sufficient cash to cover the next 1 to 5 years worth of living expenses, regardless of what the market is doing. I think it helps to control risk and solves the problem of liquidity. Now, keep in mind, there's a little bit more detail than what I'm covering due to the time I have for the show. It's impossible to go into the specifics. That's what we talk about when we get together to review what approach is best for you. I'll continue my discussion on these income strategies after the break. So I want to give you the number to call, which is 888-426-0177. 888-426-0177. Stay tuned. I will be right back.
Thanks for listening to the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman. For more information, call 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177. Or visit their website at HeischmanFS.com. More of the Safe Money and Retirement Show in a moment.
Avoiding mistakes can save owners of IRAs, 401ks, and TSP plans, as well as other retirement plans, a fortune in taxes, penalties, fees, and loads. These potential mistakes are addressed in the free book entitled Top 10 IRA Mistakes. This is Jon Heischman from the Safe Money and Retirement Show, offering a complimentary copy by calling 888-426-0177. Again, that's 888-426-0177.
Your journey through life toward retirement can be a tricky path to navigate. A poor decision can lead to serious difficulty later in life. Choosing the right path requires the right help. Let Heischman Financial Services keep you on the path to a safe and secure retirement, one that's happy and plentiful. Call them today at 1-888-426-0177 or visit their website at HeischmanFS.com. Click on their Ask a Question tab and you can get the answers to your retirement questions before they lead you down a precarious path. That's Heischman Financial Services at www.heischmanfs.com. Or give them a call for a free consultation at 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177.
Life expectancy is at all-time highs, so that means you've got a future to plan for at any age. If you have longevity in your family tree, then you need financial education from someone with the experience and knowledge to guide you into and through your retirement years. Jon Heischman and the folks at Heischman Financial Services are committed to helping you achieve your retirement goals with a low-key and trustworthy approach. Call Heischman Financial Services today to get started on your retirement future. Call 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177. Heischman Financial Services has your future in mind.
Welcome back to the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman. To contact Jon, the number to call is 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177. Once again, here's Jon Heischman.
Welcome back to the second part of the Safe Money and Retirement Show. You're listening to your host.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Jon Heischman. I was discussing the income strategy options that can be used in retirement planning. And once again, any one of these strategies or a combination could be used. I want to go into the floor and upside strategy. This strategy is focused on safety, overgrowth potential. It locks in a secure stream of retirement income before investing any remaining retirement assets in a riskier portfolio. This so-called income floor is a level of income below which the retiree will not fall below. It's a fixed amount that is typically enough to cover the retiree's fixed expenses. It's also designed to fill the gap, which is the amount needed over and above Social Security and pension income. When we create this floor, the retiree could devote a portion of their retirement savings to a life annuity in exchange for the guarantee of a certain amount of income for as long as they live. Another way would be to invest in what we call a bond ladder to establish that floor. Two good options here, and we're starting to see a combination of annuities and a bond ladder. To do this, we would identify specific bonds that will mature at the appropriate time, and this will help to meet the client's cash flow needs. Zero coupon bonds are widely used for this purpose as they do not pay regular income payments but mature with a designated amount of income at that maturity date. Unfortunately, in the U.S. today, few retirees will have the additional resources beyond these required to establish their floor. Those who have additional savings beyond what is required to establish that income floor could invest the excess, and usually that's put into a stock portfolio. This part of the portfolio can afford to take on additional amount of risk because living expenses, they're already secured by the floor. And what we hope and want to manage is for that investment portion to do well. Gains can be used to provide an increase in the retiree's standard of living to help with inflation, pay taxes, and increased healthcare cost. And if for some reason the markets don't turn out the way we want them to, the retiree's fixed expenses are still covered. And I can't stress enough the importance of establishing the guaranteed lifetime income sources first as that floor. Then we look at growth, which could involve risk, or it could involve safety, or a combination of both. And that's my goal, is for your retirement to be secure with no worries and to put you in a situation as close as possible to where you were when you were employed. You knew that paycheck was coming in each month. You worked your budget around that income and you were secured. That's the position you need to be in when you're retired, as far as looking at that income that's guaranteed. I always welcome your questions and encourage you to call me. We can schedule a meeting if you want, or discuss your situation over the phone to make sure you're on track in creating sustainable income streams. 888-426-0177. That's the number. Again, 888-426-0177. The last strategy is the use of annuities. Annuities are backed by insurance companies, and the use of annuities is the distribution strategy most favored by economists, particularly for retirees. And I think the big reason is annuities provide the greatest longevity insurance of the strategies I'm covering. It's all about the guarantees. In almost every retirement plan, there could be some form of an annuity. In my opinion, the most popular that I have seen and what I use is one that will provide a guaranteed income for life and obtain potential growth, whether the retiree is taking income immediately or is going to defer taking that guaranteed income later in retirement, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years down the road, which typically will be determined in the income plan. There is no risk at all, and there is the potential to get double-digit rate of returns, which I have seen many times over the years. We want that account value to grow because the more that is in the accumulation account, the more that's going to be paid out as a death benefit to the beneficiaries. I think it's a win-win situation, but you need to know which annuity is best for you. Everyone's different. So there is no one so-called cookie-cutter annuity plan. Also, you need to know any possible disadvantages to your situation. What is the term, and when it matures, and at that point, what are your options? So when we put it all together, the purpose, regardless of what strategy or combination of strategies I need to solve the problem to prevent the fear of the majority of retirees today, and that is the fear of running out of money in retirement. And that's what is retirement planning. It's all about the guarantees for the short term and especially the long term. Those listening that currently have a plan, I hope your plan has addressed what I've discussed in today's show. But if you don't think it does, or you're not sure, maybe you'd like a second opinion, which I can provide, but I want to make sure you understand there is no obligation or cost, no selling, just making sure you're on the right track. 888-426-0177. That number again, 888-426-0177. I want to thank you for joining me, and again, remind you to give your address that you would like the book mailed to and get your copy of the top 10 IRA mistakes. It's really important for those that are ready to roll over their 401ks, 403bs, and TSP plans, as well as having the option to roll over your pensions. I'm Jon Heischman, your host of the Safe Money and Retirement Show. Be sure to tune in next week for another show that I will bring you at the same time, the same station. Until then, have a great week and be safe.
The Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr. To get in touch with Jon, call 1-888-426-0177. That's 1-888-426-0177. For more information about Heischman Financial Services, visit their website, HeischmanFS.com. That's HeischmanFS.com. Join us again next time for the Safe Money and Retirement Show with Jon Heischman Sr.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No